Hey guys, welcome to our Facebook Live Friday. Let me just make sure exposure's good. And hopefully you can hear me. Okay, sorry for my hand there. I wasn't sure if it was on mute or not. So, welcome. I'm Dr. Greer with Greer Plastic Surgery, and today's our Facebook Live Friday. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about facelift and neck lift surgery. And for those of you who don't know, they really go hand in hand. Facelift addresses the jawline in the lower third of the face, and neck lift addresses the neck. So the areas are continuous, and the surgery involves the same incision in front of the ear. So they're nearly 100% of the time done together because it's kind of silly to tighten the jawline and then have sagging skin on the neck, or vice versa. It doesn't work that well, especially when you have the exact same incision for both. So for facelift and neck lift surgery, I think a lot of people are really hesitant about the recovery. They think it's a big recovery and that they're going to be in a lot of pain and that they're going to look drastically different for a while. And I find that really holds a lot of my patients back from having surgery. And the great thing is once they do have it, they find out it's not that bad. It's not as bad as you would think. It sounds like it should be, right? I mean, we're lifting your whole face. But the thing is, the skin gets elevated, so the sensory nerves are cut, which means your cheek's numb and your neck's numb. Not really painful though, just numb. And that sensation does come back. So immediately after surgery, the biggest two complaints that my patients have are one, that their neck feels tight. And this makes perfect sense, right? Because we're tightening the muscles along the neck, that platysma muscle. We tighten that in the midline, so it's going to feel tight. It should feel tight. And that sensation relaxes quite a bit at about a month. The other complaint people have is that their ears feel stuffed up. And the reason for that is the incision goes in front of the ear and then around behind the back. So the ear gets a little bit swollen and the ear canal gets swollen as well. So that makes it feel like you're plugged up with water a little bit. Not that bad though. You do go home the same day when I do a facelift, and I see people the next day to do a check, take their dressings off. So you can actually shower on day one, you can wash your hair, you can get your incisions wet. In terms of actual discomfort and pain, you have that tightness sensation, you have that ear swelling. Other than that, it's not too bad. People do feel like they can't open their mouth all the way the first day just because the dressing's wrapped around your head, so that's kind of annoying. But most of my patients only take narcotic pain medication for the first 1 to maybe 2 days. Not that bad. After that, they're on to Motrin or ibuprofen or Aleve. So the recovery is really social in nature because you're swollen and you're bruised. Now, everybody's different. I've seen some people who look like I punched them in the face. I assure you I did not. And I've seen some people who hardly bruised. So it really is person dependent. Worst case though, plan to have a couple of weeks where you're going to be pretty bruised. So it depends on your tolerance level, whether you're comfortable going out, going back to work. You're going to physically feel okay to be out and about within a couple of days, but it depends on whether you're okay with people knowing you've had surgery. If you add on other procedures like eye lift, that can increase the amount of swelling and bruising a little bit. So that's something definitely to talk to your surgeon about. So that's really the long and short of recovery after facelift. Overall, I think it's a much easier recovery than even having your appendix out, having a hernia repaired, and things like that. Because it's skin and just the deep muscles of the face. It's not things functionally that you're using to move around. I hope you enjoyed this Facebook Live Friday. We do post a request for questions on Thursdays and sometimes Wednesdays. So when you see that graphic go up, by all means, leave questions and I'm happy to answer them. And I will see you guys next Friday. Have a fabulous weekend. I think it's actually supposed to be warm for like 6, maybe even 12 hours. So get out there and enjoy some sun. I'll see you guys next week.